Alright, let's look at the homework 8.3, problem number 3. Alright, so we have an equilateral triangle with side 10 meters. So this is 10 meters right here. Alright, and the height is going to be, let's see, so if you go right in the middle and go straight down, and we can see 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. So half of that is 5. Then this is going to be a 1 to square root of 3. So it's going to be a 5. So I'm going to put the 5 square root of 3 meters. All right, so that's why we have a 5 square root of 3 there. All right, so I'm going to visualize the approximating rectangle. So at depth, maybe xi. All right, so this is width is delta x, and the depth here is xi. All right, so let's try to find a pressure at that point. So pressure P I is going to be weight density. So weight density is going to be, let's see, we have to multiply 9.8, which is G, and this is the a weight density. This is actually a mass density. So weight density is going to be 9.8 times 1,000. Right? Then times the depth. In this case, depth is xi. Right? So I'm going to just say, so this is this part is the weight density. Right? Density. And this part is just the depth. All right? So if you clean it up, it's going to be 9,800 xi. All right, so that's the pressure. Right? Area of this rectangle at the depth xi would be, I'm going to call it the AI. Right? So let's see. We know that this is xi. So this part right here is a 5 square root of 3 minus xi. Right, then we have to maybe visualize a couple of a similar triangle. So this is the original big triangle. Right, so here it's 10 here, and the height is 5 square root of 3. Right, then we visualize this a smaller triangle. All right, and we don't know this here, so I'm going to call it WI. But the height here is 5 square root of 3 minus xi. All right, so let's look at the ratio, okay? So WI to 10 is equal to, right, height of the little one is 5 square root of 3 minus xi, right, and divided by, it's 5 square root of 3. All right, then we can just clean up a little bit here. So we have, let's see, 5 square root of 3 divided by 5 square root of 3 is going to be 1 minus, so you have a xi over 5 square root of 3. All right, so WI is going to be, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to multiply through by 10. So WI is going to be, here's 10 minus, and the 10 and 5 cancel out. So can I write the 2 over square root of 3 xi. Alright, so the area is simply just the width times delta x. So we have 10 minus 2 over square root of 3 xi times delta x. Alright, so once you've done that, we just need to multiply pressure times area to get the hydrostatic force. So Fi is going to be simply Pi times Ai, which is going to be equal to, right? So you have a 9800, and we have a Xi times quantity 10 minus 2 over square root of 3 xi and delta x. Alright, so once you find the hydrostatic force on one piece, we can use the integral to add them up, right? So if you want to find the total force, is going to be, alright, so actually rho g, you can see that this part, this is actually rho g, right, in the integral here. So you have a rho g, which is just a 9800, and the integral is going to go from, so you have to go from the surface of the water to the depth of 5 square root of 3. So you have a 0 to 5 square root of 3. Alright, so you have a xx, so you have, I'm gonna just probably put the x here, and then we put 10 minus 2 square root of 3 x, and the delta x becomes dx. Alright, so we have that. So let's compute this. So this is going to be equal to, right, so this is 9800, right, then I'm going to just go ahead and multiply out. So you're going to get that this is just going to be 10x minus 2 over square root of 3 x squared. Alright, so antiderivative is going to be, alright, so x squared over 2, so 10 and 2 cancel out, so it's a 5x squared, minus, you have a 2 over square root of 3, then this is going to be just x cubed over 3. Alright, so we have that. Then we're going from 0 to 5 square root of 3. Alright, so let's simplify that. Let's see, so you have a 9800. Alright, then we plug in. Alright, 5 square root of 3. So 5 squared is 25 times 5 is 125. And times, let's see, you have square root of 3 squared, which would be just a 3. Right? Minus. Alright, so you're going to have, let's see, 2 over 3 square root of 3 is already there. Right, then we have, 5 square root of 3 cubed. So it's going to be 125, and times 3, then you have a square root of 3, right? Because you cube square root of 3. So it looks like we can do some cancellation here. We know that this is going to be 3 square root of 3 cancel with a 3 square root of 3 there. So this is going to be just 2 times 125. Alright, and 0, if you plug in 0, it's 0, so I'm not going to do anything there. So it looks like we're going to have 9800 times, alright, so this is 125 times 3 minus 125 times 2 is just 125. All right. So what's let's see, what's this? You have 125 times 9800, right? So I'm just gonna bring down the 2 zeros. 8 times 5 is 40. Right, 2 times 8 is 16, so it's 20. And the 1 times 8, so it's going to be 10 here. Right, 9 times 5 is 45. Right, 2 times 9 is 18, so it's a 22. And 9 times 1 is 9, so it's going to be 1, 1. Right, so you have a 0, 0, 0, 5, 2, 2, 1. All right, so we got that. Let's type everything in. All right. So here we got 0 here. And then here we're going to have 10x minus 2 over square root of 3 x squared. And this came out to be, I forgot what it was, 1225000, right? If I remember that, 1225000. All right. So let's submit for testing. All right, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.